Oh, now I'm recording. I thought I was recording the whole time. Oh no. Anyway, I don't know how to edit the sound of the original video with this video, so I'm just gonna overlay them and hopefully it works out well. If it doesn't, who cares? Really, just mute my mic and just watch my process of painting. Um, Hopefully now I can talk about it and it'll cut me off at 30 minutes. I was wondering why it didn't cut me off. So I was talking about Gravity Fall, the Owl House, and Amphibia and Arcane, I believe. I was saying how I rank them, and I'll say Gravity Fall number one because it's so instrumental. I always think of it like this: you need the beginning and end, and the in between is important, but it matters how you begin. It matters how you end the most, in my opinion, and then everything in the middle is awesome. And I mean by arc. So for like One Piece, every arc, beginning, end, are the most important part for me. So for Gravity Fall, there's only one arc, and that one arc was phenomenal. So it gives me the highest rating here. It has season one, season two, but we all know that season two and season one, I believe season one had pretty much nothing. So, I mean, it has something, but it was like set up for season two, so I call that one arc. Because beginning and the middle part and then end is what I say. That's clearly related. And then I would say for Amphibia, there's multiple arcs. I think there's two arcs. The first arc is from season one, because the Tasha battle was something to be heard of. It was like the battle of swords. It was really cool. So I would say that part is one arc. The Owl House had two arcs, in my opinion, and yeah, the original saying I had was, "It matters how you begin." And it doesn't matter how you begin, it matters how you end. And for the most part, it's true. I believe that so heartily. But in reality, if you can't hook on the audience in the first episode, then you're doomed. So, beginning matters, and the end matters now, I say. The middle matters, but not as much as those two. Um, and my brother convinced me of that. Thank you, brother. Um, So I will say that I like the Owl House. I like Amphibia. I like Gravity Fall. I like Arcane. All of them are right. I'm gonna probably rank them by the arcs I see. So um, if I if I had to say it, um, let's just say Gravity Fall has one arc, Amphibia has two, and then we'll say Amphibia season one is one arc, and season two is another arc. And then for Owl House, no, season two and three is another arc. And for Our House, I would say season one is one arc, and season two and three is another arc. For Arcane, we don't have a full arc yet. In my opinion, the season one was a setup. It had cool fight scenes, but it really didn't feel like a finisher in a season. Um, so it doesn't have an arc yet, so it can't be determined yet. But I will. But it was so good, I have to put it in there. So I'll rank this pretty high. It might get down. So let's just wait. So Gravity Falls is obviously just number one because perfect arc, one arc off. So for Amphibia, season one was better than season two and three in my opinion because the Tarsha fight was awesome. But season two and three, the ending was fumbled with the god part. Uh, it had great villains, better villains actually. So I think Amphibia season one would go next. In my opinion, season two and three would be tossed up until later. For the Owl House, season one, season two, and three were great. Um, Season two and three, in my opinion, finished arc with King, and I have to say, season two and three were better in my opinion. So I'll put Owl House season two and three, and then I'll put Amphibia again season two and three, and then I'll put Owl House season one. Why say this? Okay, so I ranked Gravity Fall number one because it really was very mysterious, and by the time it was like very wonderful series for if my memory serves correctly. The Amphibia, I believe season one was awesome because even though it had a good, it had an interesting world building. It was um not bad when it started off. I did think beginning was quite decent for what it was. Yeah, my brother would disagree on that one. I think, my opinion. I don't know yet, but from the vibe I get from him, he thinks the beginning is bad for that. But I disagree with that. Um, and then we have Our House season two and three, which I think is a great arc, culminating the king and Bellows very beautifully, and coming off from the tension of season one, kind of, really kind of. Season one was contained, in my opinion, but yeah. Next, Amphibia season two and three. The ending was fluffed, and I cannot forgive them for that fluff because the ending was where Cosmic God said that he'd been looking at the world for millennia or something, which doesn't make sense because the kind of this I don't know. I would imagine there would be a pure pure hearted as Anne is in the multiverse that she controls. There probably is a pure hearted as Anne. Anne is not pure hearted at all, but as much as Anne, and then that would love to have the sensibility to get that power. And he's just saying he's going. She was about the god was about to give Anne, or the fake god, whatever you call it. I don't know if he's a real god or not. The cosmic entity, let's just say, um, a lot of power. And I did not like how they treated Anne like a save character, which and I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he's a god. Well, he can do whatever he wants. If he's a god, I don't know. But the Owl House season one is the last because I didn't like the beginning. Plain and simple. Beginning matters, end matters. The middle I can leeway, but the except for the only one that yeah. So basically, it was how do I explain it? It was a weird first few episodes for me because I didn't really quite like it. So that's my ranking for all the arcs, in my opinion. Those were the arcs of the anime, no, the cartoon, in my opinion. As you can see, I think the seasons don't really attribute well to arc. Now we're going to Ruby because we have time to talk about Ruby. My secret guilty pleasure, my I don't know. I'll be honest. We were just talking about nonsense for 30 minutes, so that the time doesn't feel like nonsense. But you can mute me anytime you want and just look at the painting if you want. I actually recommend that sometimes because I talk about nonsense all the time, and you're going to see a lot of nonsense talk. Now, oh, what's Ruby Gloom? I never heard of that. What is Ruby Gloom? It came out for two seasons. And as you know, I don't actually watch it from the official side. I've definitely pirated every single season of everything. Truth be told, I shouldn't do that, but I couldn't be bothered buying Disney, Netflix, Prime. Even though I haven't watched these things for like forever. Oh wait, it came out 2006. Ruby Gloom. Was it good? It is 7.6 IMBD. What? I never knew this series. That looks like I have something else to watch later. Oh, it's because it's kind of like it looks like it delves into Mexican culture a little bit, so it kind of is a little bit different. Um, it's kind of like I don't know. Feels a little bit off. Feels a little scary a little bit. Um, not sure if I like it. Uh, I was going to talk about Ruby Rose and all the other stuff, but this might be fun to review. Actually, oh, it is definitely something about Halloween and the scary stuff. Okay, okay, okay. Sounds fun. Actually, I might want to watch it. Oh, That reminds me, Imaginary Friend something, and the House of Imaginary Friend was awesome in my opinion. It was solid. I don't remember all the arcs. It's hard to see the arcs when there's no fight scenes in the end. The way I see it is that it has to have a finisher. For example, One Piece is really good at it usually. Um, I consider Wano just one arc. I don't consider the three acts. That's just not my opinion on that. Um, Draw mark when you conclude chopper. Conclusion. And then there's a big arc for One Piece where the Marine arc was like one big arc, right? So there's arcs and arcs and arcs. That's yeah. I don't. I mean, One Piece is awesome, but I don't think they give enough credit on that sometimes, and they give too much credit sometimes. It just depends on the series. Anyway, I'm gonna watch the Ruby Gloom as the summertime. I have a lot of time. Um, especially since I'm only taking one class right now in the summer, which is MA 107, which is should I say that? I don't know. There's like a lot of ME 107s in the UC system, so it doesn't really matter. You won't be able to find anything about me with me saying that. Um, hmm. Oh my god, there's a tier list of all the enemy by default characters. Interesting. I didn't expect there to be one. Uh, hmm. Oh, I forgot there's a Time Baby there. Time Baby was not really that memorable in my opinion, but yeah. Told you I'm talking about nonsense for 30 minutes. I don't know. We could talk about me healing the floor sometimes. Um, I don't know what to talk about. I could talk about my textbook. Don't really want to all that. Oh yeah, my painting is going to be the video is going to be half about making the boat. Then we're going to shift over to making a road, where we're going to finish that road later. I don't know when. It just depends on me. Really depends on me because I usually sometimes don't do it until like forever, and mom complains about it because I don't do it, and then I just procrastinate. Um, yeah. Uh, do I have really nothing interesting to say? That could fill in. Hold on. 18 and 17, 30, 24 minutes. Man, this is gonna be a pain. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna talk about nonsense for now. I can think of another story just to do. Mute me if I get really annoying. Um, let's just do mute me if I get super annoying. I do think humanity has a very dark side all the time because I know I have a dark side every time when I was a kid. Um, yeah, I was a very, let's just say, weird kid. Uh, I'm not sure if I should say it out loud because it's super weird how I acted. Now I don't act like that because I realize it's very, very weird. Um, Especially my middle school and my elementary. Elementary school, I thought of very dark thoughts about, let's just say, I think every human has it, and I don't know if all the humans have. I don't think anyone says it out loud or says it in any context because it's super dark. But I think everyone has a thought of just, the impulsive thought of just, the evil thought of just getting rid of someone or, uh, let's just say doing, when I was a kid, you think of that, I think. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly. I'm just talking about nonsense for 20 more minutes. If you need to, mute me. I keep on saying it. I think everyone has thought of caging people up into like no when I was a kid. I mean, I'm trying to think of like I used to think that the big government was a good thing, like where they control everything. Now I realize that government is stupid and you shouldn't control other people's thoughts because the government is always corrupt because it's made by humans, individual humans, and it's a pretty bad idea. I don't know. Another thing I'll say is I used to think of. I think every kid has wondered about what's the most how humans taste. I'll just say it, which is kind of weird. If you don't, then that's kind of interesting. Uh, Talking about nonsense is really annoying. Um, talk about technology, right? But the current technology market's pretty dry. I mean, it's going well. The stock market and it's just being held by those things, so it makes sense. Even though the stock market basically just a monopoly control, um, Vanguard, BlackRock. I wish the U.S. government would change that, but they would probably never do some kind of vote to get rid of some of these people. As you can see, I'm not interested in editing, so I will not edit anything out in my talk speech. So this is by true self. Probably not really. As one of you, my friend, would know, I am kind of what's the word? I don't know. I also think everyone's racist and misogynist in some way, which is kind of true. Definitely, I see that in me. Subconsciously, unconsciously, everyone is slightly like that. Um, Although people will argue that there's a certain race that we cannot be racist to a certain race, but that's clearly not true. Um, Everyone can be racist to everyone, in my opinion. Uh, how weird the way to say it. What else to say? Going to politics is really weird. Why would I go to politics when I was talking about kid cartoons? Yeah. Mm. Oh, I think people that the kids that try to blow up things and make bombs as middle school and blow their own school up is mentally insane. And if you have those kind of kids, just move them out of that school and just go to another school, because I believe that people that are not fitting in, they just need another chance with new different people. So just move them out of the environment and say to them that this is another chance for you to improve. I don't want to talk more about my life, so I'm just gonna, I mean I do, but I can't talk more. Why now? But anyway, what I think is a new environment is always best. So if your child has a problem with school or something, and you realize everyone doesn't like to talk or interact and doesn't like to be friends with him, maybe in like third grade, move them to another school. And in fifth grade, by fifth grade, it doesn't fix that problem, or sixth grade, transfer them to another school, and then that has different students, obviously, and then stick that for 3 years, maybe not 3 years. If the kids are seeing bad signs, then just move to another school. I think that moving to a different school is a good thing when it comes to a student. When it comes to student, yeah, it's good. What are them that doesn't fit belong, because they can try to make new friends in their school and make friends there. Do what I mean or not? That's just a thought I had. If you want to be a good parent, um, also be nice to everyone. It's kind of I don't know. A fun fact. I must be very annoying because I always try to answer the question even though I'm wrong, when I'm in class, which is kind of weird, in my college class at least. Um, which also means I used to usually go to every single office hours, because if I went to every office hours, I just treat it like another lecture usually. Sometimes, sometimes I don't go there. I feel like it's more like an optional lecture. I go to a regular lecture usually just out of respect sometimes, because sometimes I feel like some of the regular lectures I don't need to go, but you know, due diligence. There's sometimes things I like in the test that's on there, so I just go to lectures. I know they're mostly recorded, but I feel bad when I don't go, so I just go. Um, and also, it doesn't feel punctual. We're spending like we're spending a lot of money in college. We should get everything out of it, in my opinion. Which is why I just sometime what's the right word? Um, go to lecture halls that I usually should not go. Just go there just for fun to listen to some of the lectures that other professors make. And it's kind of fun to see what they talk about. Not always, sometimes they are. Um, Mm. I know I tried to talk about more nonsense, but 30 minutes of talking is actually a long, long time. I did not realize it before I went to this endeavor. And I'm gonna probably do this for next time I try to make a video about me painting. Which you'll see me paint with my fingers sometimes, and I think is a valid way to paint. Um, yeah, which I don't know why people will complain about. I don't know. I don't think there's a professional way to actually paint. I think it's all your style. So if it works for you, kudos, you did it. You made a way to get the painting to the way you want, and I couldn't care less on how you do it. You could use chopsticks or a book or a guitar or a muffin or a stuffed pillow for all I care. As long as it looks good. Don't give me that modern art banana shank. As I say, that's art. I am embarrassed for any artist that does that. Any person that buys that, I'm even more embarrassed. Like, what's wrong with you? It feels like we're degrading as humans sometimes when you buy something like that. Um, which is why I don't know. I think my artwork's not that great usually, but after seeing that, I have to say, okay, at least it's better than most of these professional museum artists. And that's my some of the artwork that's just a split. My ruling is as long as it doesn't look like modern art, I'm okay with my artwork. You know, as long as it doesn't look like modern art, I'm grateful for my artwork, and I'm okay with saying. Oh, by the way, I don't actually finish this. The second one, the road one, I just started. So here's what I do with these. I my plan to do. So I'm gonna start my painting off. I'm not gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it in my next off painting section with the video. If I want to, I don't know. I might just do it. I might just finish it myself and then just leave it. Just depends on what I feel like. Um, so the boat one's done, but soon. I don't know if it's done yet because I don't know how the recording will be. But I'm gonna finish that off. You see, I also don't like paintings that take forever. I usually spend a maximum of 3 hours on the painting. I don't spend more than that. Um, I think it just ruins my mood, which is why I might do some of my painting off camera usually because it's just faster that way. Don't have to set up this really big contraption to film it. And also, it usually just films like 30 minutes, so yeah, I'm not sure if I want to film more than 30 minutes, you know? Kind of feels like it takes a long time. Yeah. And usually it's quicker to on the. Also, I have to wait until it dries sometimes, so I might do stages. And each stage you want to do a picture. It really just it just matters on how I feel like, really. As again, if you don't like my voice, there's a mute button. I'm not sure how well my response is taken. Um, Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? Stocks. I could talk about that. I could also talk about my high school or my middle school or my elementary. All you need to know about that is that I'm a quintessential nerd basically in math. Asian person. I'm Asian. As you know, I was born in America, but my my ethnicity is Asian. So classic Asian household, really good at math from a young age. Got taught Kitan Swak, basically Korean mathematics books. Um, was forced to do that kind of. Um, was but was really horrible at English. I think my report card for the longest time was like two, and the B is a three. So I got C's and on English. So basically I think I got this is elementary school. So uh so classic Asian household. So my math was four or something always. All of them were four in my elementary school. My English was a three as soon as I went to fifth or fourth grade, but in second grade and second grade or first grade, my English was like a two, which is a C, which was pretty bad. Um, um, Was it? Yeah, yes, it was like that, right? Or was it a 5 4 3 2 1? Then no, it's definitely four, right? I think it's 4 3 2 1 if I remember correctly. And then zero. Yeah, that's pretty much. Elementary school they went to ABC again. Um, right, and then they no, no, not elementary school. Middle school, and then so on for the rest of my life. It was ABCD. Really weird elementary. Elementary had like 1 2 3 4 0 5 4 3 2 1 0. Oh, no, 4 3 2 1 0. But there was no five in elementary school. I don't think at least. And if you get a four, it means that you get to place in the fifth grade instead of fourth grade, and so on and so forth. Kind of weird how they acted like that. I think I did not like my elementary school that much. It was my basically my dad's textbook was really much harder than anything that my school did. One thing to note in college versus high school, middle school, and elementary is that they don't repeat stuff. Once you're finished with something, like once the professor explains it once, that's a one and done deal. It's like one example for one case, another one example for another case. You know how in high school that there was like 20, there was like every time they did something there was an example, like the simple thing had an example, the simple change of numbers had another example. Like I can remember like my calculus class I like had like 20 examples of just doing integrals of some weird shenanigans. What was it again, parable I believe or something like that. It had continuously that same shenanigans. I was like, man, that's not fun. That's no fun. I rather proof stuff and then have one example, which I love which is why I like the school method, college method. Fun fact: in high school, I don't think I ever proved something properly, except for in geometry. But geometry doesn't count. Geometry was I mean they said it was hard because they proved stuff for geometry honors, but it was honestly just a puzzle game. It wasn't anything more than a puzzle game. And I believe my professor was my teacher in high school was using Barun, which for geometry honors, which I don't really like. So Barons or something, yeah. Anyway, I do have a lot of respect for the AP Cal teacher, even though I was a complete jerk to him, and a complete jerk to every single teacher in the high school. I think, in my opinion, I was a nut kid, but that's another case. I mean, that's my opinion. Maybe they thought I was a normal student. Um, yeah. Why I think that? I don't know. Definitely in middle school I was. Because I used to turn off computers for no other people's computers for no other reason than I was a lunatic of a kid. Anyway, in high school, on the other hand, I guess I was a normal kid. I just was antisocial as hell. So I never mind. I take everything back for high school. I was just an antisocial person, uh, which doesn't give good credits to me. But um, no, I probably was playing with clay, so that was kind of weird, wasn't it? I hope no one listens to this part. um, but I don't know. I am filling out like tutorial. Oh, it's almost done. It's like 2 minutes left. 2 minutes of this nonsense talk. That probably no one will listen to, which is what I kind of wanted. So this is great. If you don't want to hear 2 more minutes of me, you know what to do. Mute my voice. Mute my voice because I yap a lot. Yapper, yapper, yapper. Uh, yap, 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 yap. I don't know. I also can be very annoying. Some people think I have some kind of mental problem, which I'm not sure if I do. By that I mean like disabled in some way, which I don't know. Honestly, it could be, uh, but I will not never admit it because I want to be treated the same way. So I will always assume that I am perfectly sane and not disabled, even if there's show signs of having something that another person mentioned. I am never gonna admit it. Never will. Never can make me. Never will get tested too. uh, yeah, because I don't believe in self-diagnosis, and I don't believe in other people analyzing me that much. Yeah, I talk about nonsense. I love math and science. Yeah. Talk about that for a long time. Oh, that's funny. I remember in Cosmos, I kept on. It turns out I need a few more minutes to cover up the time. So I'll be talking about my Cosmos experience now because I realized I had a problem with, you know, NAME names. So they know my face, and I know their face. They know my name, but I could not detail their, no, I cannot list their names out because it really doesn't matter because uh, class is over and it doesn't really matter if I see their names or not. It's Cosmos is just kept. I genuinely think if you want to be a Cosmos RA, do it one time. Don't do it more than one time. It's for more for experience than anything else for your resume, in my personal humble opinion. Um, let's try to list out all their names, although, including some of the students. So I knew Madeline, I think. I knew Sarah. I knew Aiden. I knew Ben. I'm just trying to list out names, not anything else, because I probably forgot most of their names. Honestly, um, Ben Ferrari. If one weird thing is that there's a kid named Ferrari, which it's kind of like, whoa, what? Why did your family call that? What? Respectable, respect. Um, anyway, are those all the names I remember? Oh, I forgot the SRA's names. I forgot the SRA's names. No. um, Melly. Okay, Melly is one of them. Um, Karar. Yeah. Okay, Karar. Um. Oh, I remember. Here's one of the Redsteins. Brit. I forgot the other one. Rubia. Rubia. Okay, let's see. Now back to SRAs. There is that Erica. Right? And then Charlene, I think. Charlene. Okay, what else is there? Caleb is a RA. I genuinely can. Oh no, wait. Shane. Shane's one of them. There's a Asian girl too. I don't know her name anymore. She's the one that says period. And I was like, what? I just let it go, but I don't know what she's saying. Oh yeah, it looks like I'm getting different answers for this homework. Um, she also got the Dance King, so that's Queen or whatever. I don't really know her name. God damn. Oh well, it'll come to me. What other persons were there? I don't remember. Lorraine, Kelly, Killer Kelly. That's what we call it because of the antidote thing. That's anyway. Now let's think of this. I can't remember most of the students' names, so if we're just gonna. I mean, I know them, but I'm not sure if I'm legally allowed to say their names. So yeah. So out of 28, how many was that? I don't know, but it was very tiny. Um. Alright, is it almost over now? How many more time do I? We have like 1 minute 30 left. I could talk about algebra or something, but I don't think you want to hear that. And also now, someone in Discord has said my answer is wrong for homework question 3. Looks like. Um, at 1:29 a.m. too. This is like late at night. It's 2 o'clock a.m. It's really morning. Yeah, I might be wrong here. So what's happening here is I use MATLAB to kind of cheese it because I was like saying I'm not doing this matrix. Um, and it looks like someone else got like 15 point something else, and I got 15 point something else too. Now we have two conflicting answers, and we had to figure it out which one's right one. I usually want to answer these fast as possible, but this time after the midterm on someday. I forget. I think it was Friday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Um, I decided to go slow on the homework. Maybe a big mistake. This homework looks quite evil in the difficulty department on some levels, but it doesn't look impossible. It looks possible, so I'm not really that worried about it. I do think that it's a bit harder than usual. Usually it's not this interesting, but this time it looks like it's interesting a little bit. So won't say too much, but uh, actually I can look at the lecture a little bit to see how they change it back to a +1 plus the. I'm just looking at this and seeing how they change it back. But it seems to be that they just what's the right word? Oh, they pretty much get rid of it. They didn't do anything. They just canceled it out. Oh, nothing special, nothing big. They just canceled it out. Which means I'm just gonna have to look at this again and see how it turned out. Yeah, I can't believe. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to question 4, 5, 6. They don't look that fun either. 4, I'm starting to do the proof. 5, oh wait, this question number 6. I don't even have it screenshotted yet. Wow, I'm slacking here. I'm very much slacking the homework 3. Well, one homework can be dropped, so it doesn't feel that bad. But I don't want to waste a homework on the easy homework that I can finish. Uh, don't